Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Farid Basharat versus Kleydson Rodrigues. Farid Basharat is 10-0. He is the brother of Javid Basharat. He's a -290 favorite at 26 years old. He's a really fun prospect if you've watched a couple of his fights. 5'8" with a 71-inch reach. Again, 10-0. Made his debut against Damon Blackshear, and it was a really fun fight. If you haven't watched it, definitely go back and watch that fight. A lot of good moments in that fight for both fighters. And we know how good Damon Blackshear is right now. So that win is aging very well. Fought a Contender Series as well as his brother did too. And again, he's a really fun prospect. My mouse is not working. There we go. He's fighting Kleydson Rodrigues, who's 8-2, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. That one loss is against CJ Vergara, a split decision loss, which was his UFC debut. And that was an interesting fight. A lot of people thought Rodrigues won that fight. I personally did think he did as well. That was bad wording, but he's a +235 underdog. I think him being that big of an underdog, it's a little bit much, but being about, 180, 200 underdog would make a little bit of sense, because we've seen a little bit of Rodrigues in the UFC. I mean, he fought at the Contender Series. He's had 2 fights in the UFC. Looked really good against Shannon Ross. I believe he missed weight as well, though. 27 years old. I believe that's why he's moving up to 135, which is a better, I think, weight class for him. He's going to have a height disadvantage. He's going to have a reach disadvantage, but he makes up for it with his kicks and his big power. He's 5'6" with a 67-inch reach, 4-inch reach advantage for Basharat, 2 inches in height as well, long, lanky. Pretty good finisher for Farid Basharat. Again, he's 10-0, and he has 6 finishes out of his 10 wins. 6 of them, and he has a couple in the second round, a third, a second, a first round finish, a third round finish, and then he went 3-0, 4-0 in the amateur scene as well. A couple finishes there, a decision. He's a very fun prospect. 2-0 basically in the UFC, 1-0 in the UFC, or 2-0 in the UFC banner, but 1-0 in the Contender Series, 1-0 in the UFC. And again, Alan Bogoso, 7-1-1. He's 8-3-1 as of right now. But after losing to him, he lost to John Sweeney. Got back in the winning column after that. Again, pretty good prospect. That was a fun fight for sure. Kleydson Rodrigues is another interesting guy. Like I said, 8-2. He has 6 finishes out of his 8 wins. He has 10 total fights, and he's lost two times. I do think the competition has been a little bit harder for Kleydson Rodrigues. CJ Vergara is really good. He was supposed to fight Jake Hadley. Cody Durden, he was supposed to fight Vincia Salvador. He fought Shannon Ross, like I said. Supposed to fight Tatsuro Taira, which I think would have been a really good matchup for Taira because of the power that Rodrigues holds. But I really like Basharat in this fight. I think his length and I think his defense is going to be the key in this fight. He keeps himself out of range, but still adding up points. If there becomes a finishing a point where he can finish the fight, I do believe he could do it. But if it doesn't present itself, he's going to stay consistent, and he's going to not put himself in harm's way and try to clinch, try to take downs and all that stuff, grappling. I like Farid Basharat winning this fight. And as always, guys, let me know what you guys think. Who are you guys picking? And as always, peace.